Touch New Zealand's coverage of the Northern IPS is proudly supported by Bunnings Warehouse and One Foundation.
Morena whānau, and welcome back to Day 2, 2019 of Bunnings Northern Junior IPS. It's another beautiful day down here in Te Arawa Rohe, so it's lovely to be back. You see our teams all ready for action on Day 2. Who have we got up first, Pat?
Kia ora, Mike. Yes, indeed. Here at Tahua tēnei. It's a gorgeous day in the Bay today. Our game or fixture about to take part in front of us. North Harbour versus Bay of Plenty Gold. Our officials looking after things. Isaac Cosson from Australia, our lead referee, with support from Carlos Adimini and Kyan Williams. North Harbour playing in number 2, Manaia King. Quinn Kapi Ryan, the co-captain, with Cameron, or Cam Scott, the vice-captain. Raimana Saunderson Raudafi is number 5 today. Number 6 singlet, Tyrell Henare. Dan Lindsay in at number 7 for North Harbour. Number 8, James Cameron. Number 9, Ryan Fleming. And number 10, Brooklyn Pohioi. In number 12, Winard Sanderson Metikingi. And number 13, Sam Vendunt. Pita Patilo in at number 14, Zach Cochrane at number 15, Sam Holworth at 16. And that's North Harbour today in our first fixture.
And we see North Harbour in the huddle under the guidance of coach Mike Lindsay. Mike has been around for a while coaching teams in the North Harbour region. He's off with our New Zealand 45 men's to Kuala Lumpur April 2019 to the World Cup. And here we go, players lined up ready. North Harbour to start. Another gorgeous day, Pat. We've had a great day yesterday of Uffy around the field.
Absolutely, yes. It's been obviously the first of quite a few events that take place here in Rotorua as a part of the new partnership between Touch New Zealand and the Rotorua International Stadium and the Lakes District Council. Really good to test the grounds. Of course, we've got the Junior Nationals in a few weeks' time. So good to try things out, see how we go. But no, really good participation and cooperation from our province's parents and all of our players as well. It's been really good, Mike.
And we're off. Nice work. North Harbour making most of the field. Going direct up through the 2. Now settling across into the middle of the field. Seen some great skill over the last 2 days, Pat, I must say. We've been very fortunate with the young people coming through in this sport.
Yeah, I suppose that's just the luxury of the IPS series is the focus and the emphasis on the development of the players, but also the referees and the coaching abilities of some of the new coaches as well. So a really good chance to focus on those aspects.
And that's a touchdown in North Harbour. Just finding his way through the defence there. Dummy half making his way, finding a player. Here we go. Linking up with number 16 from North Harbour. So North Harbour open the score with 1-0. Bay making them way to the middle of the field. Great hand. Oh.
Stop it.
That's one way to answer.
Yeah.
Comeback. They've done it right there. Look, Pat, it's not only about players developing here. We've got a number of young referees that have also come making their debut.
Yes.
Here.
No, absolutely, and like I said, that's just the beauty of the IPS series is the ability to focus on some of the development opportunities for our referees, and some of them the debut referees get the opportunity to work with some really seasoned refs and get some coaching done by some of our referee coaches over the last 2 days as well. So really good opportunities there. Isaac Costin, who's actually from Australia, is quite a seasoned official, and he'll be, of course, passing on some of his words of wisdom and plays and officiating ways of wisdom to some of his counterparts on the field today.
No touch, unfortunately, there. Kapi Ryan and Lindsay all ready to make a setup, but it's a handover, and Bay replying with direct play right up through the field. Then it's a handover. Here we go, North Harbour making their way through. Nice three-man drive. Great yards. Just keeping to the basics. Just making sure they get field position first. Lindsay taking the ball. We've got the playmakers. Kapi Ryan. Few touches for him so far.
Mike, do you start to sort of see the, I suppose, the growth and the development of the players as they work together on these various plays that they're unleashing today and over the last 2 days? To see some of the growth in the players and them working together as a team, obviously that development process.
Here we go. Bay answering back, but Tiffany making his way through. Can he find a play? Finds the winger, and that's down. No, referee called touch. Border ground. Unlucky.
Oh, no deal.
Off to the subbing box. Harbour just making use of the field, getting their players around. Spotting a gap here. Can he find his winger? He does. Ball's still alive. Unfortunately, puts the ball to ground by the Bay player. Gives another set of 6 to North Harbour. Let's see what they can come up with this time. It's a great dive, but he's touched. They'll find their way through. No. I'm really liking the patience shown by the team. Looking for the referee for a decision here. Oh, take that back. He found his way through. Let's watch this again. Number 4 for North Harbour. So this is Scott, the vice captain. 14. Step back, finding his way through. What was a miracle gap, but not for this young player. Great. Honesty, number 1. Referee right there. Looks at the Bay player. That's fantastic. That's what the sport's about. When you've got young people, you know, having to make their call touch or no touch, and they had just come out with honesty. Congratulations, Bay. Nice work. The footwork by these players. And he found his way through there.
Checking out the Bunnings replay now. Oh, stop it, zigzag. Hello, touchdown.
Tuhaka, step back, fakes, finds his way through. Well done. Score is 2-all. North Harbour getting themselves organised. Saunderson, Uruafiu. Here we go. Quickie play. Looks out wide. Bay shut that down. Good defence. Just a reminder to players on that one, if you see that when the referee is calling a handover, you've got to hand the ball to the player or near the player, not just put it down, so it actually slows the game down. So referee calls a penalty there. So here we're back. Bay of Plenty coming direct through the field. Just hoping he would catch him off 5, but Bay player managed to backpedal and get onside. Scored a sub on that player. He's gone to the bench, but they can get a replacement on. So they don't lose a player on this one, so they still keep their 6. Starting to pick up a bit the wind down here, but not too much to disrupt the play. Great passing. Oof. What's been some standouts for you so far in from day one, Pat, on and off the field?
Oh, no, to be fair, the action that's been taking place on the field is what we expect. It's actually just seeing some of the more, some of the sideline behaviour or really good courtesy that we're seeing from not only the players but also some of the off the field sort of action from the supporters. It's been really cool. I suppose that's the strengths of having that awhi kaupapa floating around and about.
Look, and just a quick story there. We've had, and I'm sure we've had a number of examples, but we had a spectator yesterday from come up to us and just talk about a player that they saw showing great awhi on the field. The spectator was actually from another team, and just wanted to make that as a point.
Well, there you go. As we start to roll out that the awhi promise that the provinces are sharing amongst themselves and with their communities, people are going to start knowing that it's all about highlighting and commemorating the fact that it's all about that whakawhanaungatanga on and off the field.
Unfortunately, the Bay player tapped it as he thought it was a penalty, but it was actually a roll ball that he needed to perform. However, the referees called North Harbour back to play the ball again. Here we go. What can Harbour come up with this time? Just getting themselves ready into the field. Just looking for his players. Does he find it? Good defence by Morihu out on the wing there. We've got the playmakers. Find one. Nice chop line, but the Bay winger was up to the task. Nice rush defence by the young lads. Great work. Referee calls touch and pass here.
So we check out the Bunnings replay there. Yeah, as you see, unlucky it was not happening today.
Slight little error there. Overall, the game's been played pretty well with great skill sets. So these young players, just as I say that, there's a turnover. This may need to settle the game down a bit. About 3 errors in the last 30 seconds. So both teams just needing to just calm the play down a bit. I'm sure their coaches will be yelling out those instructions, or definitely to the players coming on to the field. This Bay team's showing good defence in the last few minutes here. scooping game. Fortunately, that ball's carried forward by the wind. Let's see if the Bay can make their way out of the red zone, out of their red zone. Back up through the middle. Subs coming on for Bay. A few yards, just a little bit hard on that touch. I think going forward, and his momentum pushing the North Harbour player over. So referee deeming that as just over vigorous there. Here we go. North Harbour finding their space. Quickie ball, looking, going low. Good defence. Saunderson, Uruafiu. Quickie dive, and it's a handover. Let's see if Bay can make their way out of their half this time. They've been stuck down their end. They've got to really work their way out of this zone, making sure they complete their sixes. Get themselves into a strike position. Nice yards. Oh, just border ground, unfortunately. Touch and pass, referee calls. Just in the final minute of the first half, Bay of Plenty 2, North Harbour 2. It's been a tight game. Both finding just slight lapses in the defence just to make those scores. Here we go. North Harbour making their way up. A lot of spring in these young boys. Loving the step. I'll be looking for those first half oranges, I bet, Pat.
Yeah, definitely. And haven't they earned it? I'm sitting here in awe of how much energy these kids have still got so deep into the first half. Jingos, I would be out for the count.
Here we go. Strike play by Bay. Can they find someone? And they do. Winger goes to a mirror and the link comes into shut, leaving the Bay of Plenty link open. Here we go for the replay.
So you got the Bunnies replay now here. This dude, give him 2 oranges. He deserves it with the touchdown. That's a nice way to segue into the break here in Rotorua at the International Stadium.
So that's Petalo scoring for the Bay. Just holding his line, finding the space, and beautiful pass. And here we go. North Harbour quickly back to the 5. Oh, sorry, got that on the wrong side. Apologies here. Zion Wee-Pucky who scored. Apologies, viewer. I can hear you yelling at the screen. And that's half-time here.
Well, there we go. Half-time at the Rotorua International Stadium in this a touch football fixture between North Harbour and the Bay of Plenty Goals. Bay of Plenty in the lead, 3 touchdowns to 2. North Harbour not too far behind. And man, I'm tired just watching this. These kids are something special, Mike.
So something that happens, and for a number of our viewers, you may not realise this, but obviously during the halftime break, the players, they're getting their feedback and what next steps from their coaches. But this also happens to the referees, Pat.
Absolutely, yes. So this is with our referees. They also have referee coaches who are often on the sideline, and they're there to give them some advice. They let them know about some of the challenges in the game that they may want to overcome over the course of the next half of footy.
So this has got, so just cutting away back now, looking at the teams. What about Harbour? What would they be focusing on here?
Hey Mike, I've just been courtside at George Yonke here reporting in. What a great game we have there, Mike. In the halftime, they'll be sucking in. It's good pace. And what I noticed from yesterday, Harbour were lucky enough to get on the finals field to get some live coverage, but they wouldn't be happy with the result. Mike Lindsay had a good talking to the boys overnight and got some Harbour pride back. And it's good to see them come back into this game. 2-2 going into the last minute, but the old Gold Bay of Plenty home crowd have supported them on and taken them up by 1. So 3-2. North Harbour have got a lot of spring in their step this morning, so they're coming back to pay some respect back to the maroon, black and white today. So what a great game we have. Bay of Plenty, on the other hand, have been very direct through the middle of the field, but they just have a little bit of extra something on the 5 metre, which is shown in the scoreline 3-2, Mike. What have you noticed out there? Yeah,
look, what I've seen from the Bay, they're pretty organised, but they're also keeping their spaces wide, so their middles are doing a quick job, doing a great job on their quickie step back, but they're also looking both ways. So even though we're stepping back and they're watching what the middle and the link is doing, the link is also coming in to shut, and that just frees their link. And they're recognising that. So I think it's great coaching happening out there on both sides. So as you said, Mike Lindsay, he would have had some words there.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that one. I also agree with Pat in regards to how fast is this pace, mate. Keeping it up on day 2, first game of the morning, and the skill set's been high. Usually with the first game of the morning, you can see a lot of errors because there'll be some tight muscles and all that type of stuff. But look, they're firing once again, man. I'll let it back to you guys to bring the noise.
And here we go. Bay making their way back to the 5. They've got an overlap, unfortunately, border ground. Great work by Bay. Just coming, straight from the half. That's exactly what you want. You want to strike. You want to make sure that you've got a good chance to get a touchdown. But equally, answering the call is Harbour. Getting themselves organised here. Here we go. Stepping back in, finding his runner. Great touch, great defense here. Here we go, back through the middle. So that's Bay number 5, Hitawini. Unfortunately, what's the ref called? It's a handover ball. Here we go. Let's see what the coaches put in play straight after halftime.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it looks like Harbour, they got the WhatsApp at halftime, and they're straight back into this. They're looking to make a statement as we move forward into the second half of this footy fixture. Bay Plenty, though, home crowd, home turf advantage, and of course, you've got to add the whole aspect of the live streaming into this as well. Nani and Kuro are watching this, so they're going to want to make a statement as well, Whānau, as we move further into this match. You got to wonder what what's the mentality of these players. Obviously, the Bay of Plenty, they want to represent the fact that they're at home. North Harbour, they're looking to steal it and represent the fact that they're live streaming to the world. Let's make a statement here and steal this one away.
And here we go. Bay just bringing the ball back into the middle. Getting their playmakers near the ball. That's a beautiful handoff here. Winnie Kere. Look at that. Look at the hands. Just the touch. He was almost away on that one. Great skills. Here we go. Harbour back through the middle of the field. Oh, nice inside. They're looking for the extra man, and if there's no one up, they're letting the ball go. I really love this stuff. So it's not just a straight drive. They're looking to find where the space is. Great, and that means that there's great communication happening out on the field. It just doesn't happen by luck, this stuff. Here we go. It's going low. Bay of Plenty up to the task on that one.
Yeah, we check out the Bunnings replay here. Hello, goodbye, no deal. because they're neck and neck on the fixtures here, Bay of Plenty and North Harbour. They've both got one win a pop. They're looking to take this one. Both teams need this one, so hence, I suppose, the intensity of the game, the speed of the game.
Oh, nice show. Oh. That was a great. Here we on the bunny. It's a replay. Beautiful show. And a go. Then he's looking for his winger. Just unfortunately just couldn't connect on that one. Here we go. Back up direct through the field comes North Harbour. Ooh.
You see what I mean, Mike, about how hard they want it, how much they want it. Unfortunately, probably took his mind off the ball there for a second, trying to eye up the play and fumbled that one there.
Winnie G'day touched on that one, and he's off to the sub to get a fresh pair of legs on there. Here we go. Now the playmakers with the ball in their hand. Setting them. Oh. Did we see that one? What's the referee call? Unfortunately, the last pass just going forward.
Check out the Bunnings replay here. It was all looking as pretty as the players as they were looking at their touchdown line, but unfortunately got a bit ahead of himself, and so did the ball. It's a forward pass.
Let's go. Let's see with North Harbour's energy. I'm sure Coach Lindsay will be saying to his players, let's pick it up. Let's make sure we get out of our red zone. Let's get down to have an opportunity for a touchdown. Nice yards by Bay. It's good hands. Two huckers near the ball. We've got a playmaker. Playmakers are getting touch on the ball. Ooh. Set themselves up for a 32. Comes in low. 33, I've got my counting wrong. -1. This is a tight tussle. Great defense. And both teams through the field here. Overall, I'm impressed by the spirit of this game. Not only are those young boys going out and giving it heaps, the spirit, the way they're playing the game is great, Pat.
Yeah, and the emphasis, I keep hearing this word development with everybody that I talk to over the course of the last day and a bit, and we're bound to hear it over the next day as well. But when they say development, Mike, are we talking, obviously a win's a win, and that's good to have, but are we looking at ways to develop the players individually as a team with plays? What do we mean by that development aspect to the IPS series?
Yeah, great question. I think there's a number of things in there, there's obviously the individual player, but then actually how they come together as a whole team. But I also think that I'm seeing an emphasis on, it's more than just the physical skill set. So it's how they play, it's the mentality that they go into the game with, and that's that's saying, look, we can play hard. Yeah, it's great. Here we go. Bay setting themselves up. Got Lindsay and Cuppy Ryan near the ball there, looking for a quickie play. The score is still Bay of Plenty 3, North Harbour 2. It's close here at Rotorua International Stadium. 2019 Bunnings Northern Junior IPS. I think we've seen a lot of the development also happen and the reason why we've seen development around the player, both in a skill set but in a team, is the there's a lot of work we've been Touch NZ have been doing lately around the coaching framework, and over the last few years we've been doing a lot of foundation development courses. Now, for those people who are unaware of that, let's just go back to the game on that one. North Harbour, number 6, Mason Rains, finding that gap. He's in there. Here we go.
Let's check out the Bunnings replay here. North Harbour getting the touchdown, but a bit of a tricky step. He does a bit of a toasty dough and a hello touchdown.
Zion Wee Pucky finding the player there. So we're just coming back to the coaching framework, and while we've got Master Coach George Yonke here, George, just want to talk through about the coaching framework that Touch New Zealand have.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. My number one responsibility here is community coaching manager, just looking after the grassroots development and support for coaches and players within the system. So when we talk about develop, it goes along the framework requirements. So there's foundation, which is the beginners to touch, and that's just having a really good time. And this level here is focused at development. So that's where that development word comes in. And they're developing their skill sets, developing good times, and developing them into a more structured game to take them into the next level, which is performance. And that's where performance is where results really matter. So development, it's good to have the results. Some people are a bit more keen on getting the number one spot than we would like, but as long as the development of the player, the enjoyment's there, so that there's more players playing this wonderful game in the future. And from performance, it goes into the HP, high performance. That's where our stars start shining on the world stage there, and that's coming up in April, into April, May. We've got the World Cup this year. Mike, you're going over yourself?
I am. Will be part of the whole contingent, but with a more stronger focus on our Touch Blacks and managing that campaign through the World Cup. But here we go. We've got a World Cup in front of us. Low diver. This is great. I thought
here. Oh.
Okay. They found the winger again.
Hello. They make it look too easy. These Bay Pretty athletes. It's a touchdown here. Let's check out the Bunnings replay to relive the magic. After coming up short just prior, they go, nah, we're going to do it again. Out to the side, pops it down, touchdown.
It's too wide. Beautiful, beautiful touchdown. The score now is Bay Plenty 4, North Harbour 3. We're in the final 4 minutes.
Harbour not giving up. They have not come all the way to Rotorua to fall short, and there you see they come straight back.
Good talk on D by the Bay. A rushing defense. Oh, unfortunately.
Ooh.
Just refereeing, needing just to calm that down. Nothing too vigorous, but probably just catching a North Harbour player off balance, and he's going over. So the referee has called a timeout on that one. Here we go. North Harbour getting themselves to the middle of the field, looking for a strike play. Going low again. And that's number 15. That's Cochran. Looking for the blade of grass. Comes up short. Here they go through again. He's touched, dummy half touch. Hand over. Bay put it through the hands. Now coming direct through the field. Getting the legs going. That's nice yards. Slowing it down. Good play. Just finding their players and making their way through the field. We go. What's the referee going to call? Let's just type Pep.
Let's check out the Bunnings replay here. As well, you don't get much closer than that, but yeah, just short. And the highlight of that was she put the cone back. Good work.
We're in the last 90 seconds here. North Harbour with the ball. Bay of Plenty still digging deep. Defence. It's a handover. These boys have not stopped going 100 miles an hour, that's for sure. But no rush. Good temperament shown by Bay. Just keeping their composure as they come through the field. Getting themselves organised. Here they go. Getting their main players around the ball. Just getting ready to set themselves up. Elliott in for the drive. Wee Pucky looking for the wing again. So a big long ball. Late cut. Rotorua looks to go low. We're in the final 30 seconds.
Look at that. 30 seconds on the clock. What's happening here? North Harbour.
And that's full time.
It's all over.
Our clock was slightly out, but hey, here we have the finals of this game. Bay of Plenty coming away as winners. Bay of Plenty Gold 4, North Harbour 3. Great game of touch by these young players.
Goodness me, they have all deserve a orange, a sit down, and a breather or two. The intensity, the speed, and the overall quality of the game. Chock-a-block, my friends. She was on from the giddy up, and it didn't stop to the end. North Harbour, though, they deserve to go home with their heads held high. There was no shame in that performance whatsoever.
Congratulations to Avon and her players. Great, just great display all round by both teams here. Really, as I said earlier, really liked not just the way that they played the game, but in the spirit they played the game as well.
Absolutely. Fine young men, fine sports athletes, and an awesome fixture of touch footy here at the Bunnings Northern IPS in the Rotorua International Stadium. What an experience being able to play with some of your best friends on a pitch like this.
Touch New Zealand's coverage of the Northern IPS is proudly supported by Bunnings Warehouse and One Foundation.